What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Yours truly, Kendrick McKnight here, back again with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content. Night of Champions, back at you guys in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The last time is now for John Cena. Last Night of Champions PLE as he is on this farewell tour, going up against the best in the world, CM Punk, for the undisputed WWE Championship that's headlining this PLE. Lonnie, man, how you doing? And what's your hype level for the PLE, man?
Man, I'm living life, baby. Everything's good over here on this end. Hype level for the knock. Uh, hmm. I would probably say on a scale of 1 through 10, like a 7.7. It's closer to the 8 now, and we'll get into it. I'm ready to see Karrion Cross finally get a match. So
Yeah. Yeah, man, the Karrion Cross just wave has been pretty crazy. And I'm definitely excited for his opportunity to be on the PLE and facing, one of the best, Sami Zayn, you know what I'm saying, and continue that rivalry. But we also have the King and Queen of the Ring finals, and whoever wins these respective matches get a World Championship opportunity at SummerSlam, the biggest party of the summer. We're obviously going to tell the world who we have winning and moving forward. But how do you liking the format though, as far as like having fatal four ways to kind of like shorten it and you know what I'm saying, and having it at a PLE?
um I've kind of been going back and forth on the Fatal Four Way. I'm like, could we lessen it to a triple threat? Maybe. I don't know. I feel like Fatal Four Way is too many. It too much is going on. That's all I'm gonna say. I would probably prefer triple threat, but I mean, so far so good. I don't really have any complaints about who has won and who is actually in the finals for this. I think it is interesting for the time, and especially since we had a big major return for the women's. Um we'll get into it. Yeah, like I don't really have an issue with the outcome of it. My only thing is, like I said, probably just a triple threat, but that's it.
Is it also too with these like not just the King and Queen of the Ring, but just tournaments in general that can be like too predictable as well?
Yeah, yeah,
Um, Even though it's good to see said people, but it's like, oh, yeah, you know that.
yeah.
But it's good to see them. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of like for example, in the Fatal Four Way with Cody. I think it was Cody, Carmelo. Who else is in there?
It was.
On Alphabet.
Oh, I'm sorry. We talking about the first one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the first
The
round.
first one. Yeah, I was. It was. Wasn't it LA Knight? No,
Mm,
no. I think it was Aleister Black.
Alphabet,
Cody.
Carmelo. I'm gonna look right now. Yeah, LA Knight. No, wait. No, we were thinking about the Randy Orton Fatal Four Way. So the one
Uh,
in Cody's Fatal Four Way, it was him, Andrade, Damian Priest, and Shinsuke.
okay, okay. Oh yeah, because okay, because Cody got put through the table, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Slim Jim.
Slim Jim. But yeah, looking forward to the card, man. It's a six-match card. It was originally seven, but Dom Mysterio apparently got injured, so no IC title match with him and AJ Styles, which I was looking very forward to because obviously AJ Styles, you know what I'm saying. But let's start hot and heavy, man, with the Queen of the Ring finals. You have the returning Asuka one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time, going up against a guy, going up against a woman in the name of Jade Cargill, someone that King does not care for at all, which I is crazy. But who you have moving forward and winning the Queen of the Ring, and what title do you think this person is going to go after?
I oh now I've been struggling with this because Asuka has all the momentum has been going her way. Especially since returning, she looks fresh. She looks energized, and it's just like, okay, like this is why you're one of the greatest women wrestlers of all time. Jade has had some momentum too, um, a little bit. I honestly didn't think she would get this far. I thought she would lose in the last match, but I was kind of surprised that she won. Um,
You thought Roxanne was going to be there?
hey, she was having some momentum,
Mhm.
No, I mean, because no one thought Roxanne was going to be in an elimination chamber.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't. So I was just like, well, why not? Um, mm, man, I think Jade is going to win. I think Jade is going to win only, and I'm thinking about it because it gives Naomi an opportunity. If Jade was to take the title for Tiff, right?
Mhm.
It would just add fuel to the fire between her and Naomi. Like Naomi would, oh, okay, like you got the title. Now I'm really about to come after you. Like it's just more motivation. If it plays out that way, I just think it adds more motivation. Yeah, I have Jade winning this. I think the the push that she's getting the push that she didn't really get initially. Especially with Bianca Belair being out too. Um, I just think the momentum is just a little bit more on her side. I I want Asuka to win, but I just don't think that's gonna happen. And then also she is fresh from like returning too. So, one thing that we have been seeing people, especially this year, who's been returning, they'll have some good momentum and a good amount of wins, but then once like it really counts, nah. So that's just something I've been looking at consistently. But in the end, I have Jade win it, and I think she's going after Tiffany.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you, man. As much as I love Asuka, it was great seeing her come back. Um, I feel like the rocket strap is going to be on Jade and has been on Jade for a while, especially throughout the Bianca tag team and now the whole Naomi stuff and continue that storyline, kind of like what you were saying. Um, and also too them teasing Jade and Charlotte as well. I can see like a possible triple threat with them and Tiffany at SummerSlam and making a big women's match at the show. And of course, Naomi lurking to cash in. And yeah, I personally enjoy Jade. You know what I'm saying? Like it's good to see representation with, black women and not just Bianca, but also Jade. Like, um, I was not necessarily a fan, but like I knew of her during her time at AEW. And of course, I was looking forward to not a tag team, but a match with Bianca whenever she did come on board. And to my surprise, they rushed into it and put them in a tag team and allowed her to get like accustomed to the WWE's lifestyle. and work. And so I think this time with Naomi and also her individual stuff and get allow us fans to get an idea of who she is as an individual. And watching her work, it's it's pretty basic. It's a powerhouse woman in a way. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like that Beth Phoenix back in the day, but at the same time more edgier, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I noticed a botch here and there, but that's you know not as much as she used to, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so that shows progress. So like I'm all for her winning Queen of the Ring and getting that title shot. Do I see her winning? Probably not. I'm enjoying Tiffany's reign. Um, and I do not want to see another Charlotte title reign too. So I can within that scenario anyway, I can see Tiffany retaining or Naomi cashing in at SummerSlam. But it's like I said, it's good to see Asuka and she just returned, so like that would be kind of crazy to give her that opportunity. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, man. I got Jade. Oh, did you have more?
No, I'm just no, I did.
Oh,
Oh, my bad. My bad.
okay, I got you, man. Um, Moving forward, man, let's keep it with the women. A match that just recently got scheduled for Night of Champions this past Monday night. You have Rhea Ripley going up against Raquel Rodriguez in a street fight. Um, Me personally, man, I've always been like a slick fan of Raquel. Like she just, especially during her time in NXT, like that was when she was like the most dominant. Um, like I prefer that Raquel over, Raquel that we have now. It's kind of similar to Shayna Baszler. Like she was
Yeah. Yeah.
top notch during her time in NXT, and then get called up and just like I don't know what happened there, but with Raquel, um, she just has that um, I don't know, that look of a WWE superstar within the women's side of things. And if pushed correctly, she could be, up there, not surpassing Bianca Belair or Rhea Ripley, Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte, but she could be in that conversation. And I feel like a decisive win over arguably the top babyface in the company, not just women, over Ripley. I feel like that could, do wonders for her, not just being Liv Morgan's lackey or just tag team partner, you know what I'm saying, or just a random member in Judgment Day, and give her an identity as an individual. You know what I'm saying? So not saying that it was a blessing because like injuries happen with Liv, but like taking advantage of that and being in that spotlight and take on Rhea Ripley and beating her clean, that will be doing wonders for her and her character moving forward. So I have
Yeah. Uh,
Raquel.
man, so I think this one was actually a little bit more tougher to decide because um I will say I think you are right that Raquel has the potential to be like a WWE women's superstar if she can get out the shadow of being someone's second option. Um, yeah, oh man, this is hard. Because I initially want to say Rhea, but only because of is Rhea, right? Not to say like she's invincible or anything, but it's just like usually baby faces is with especially a street fight, what they don't lose that. Usually they don't. Not saying that the opportunity won't present itself, but I just think in this moment right now, I think Rhea is going to win. I would want Raquel to win, but I'm gonna go for Rhea. Um, just because like, you know, if Raquel wins, I don't know, what does that look like going forward? I think it would be interesting if Raquel were to win because I mean, like I said, what would that look like? What little things start to happen, right? Like, do Raquel and Liv start to bicker? Well, I beat Liv. I mean, well, I beat Rhea. And then, like, just even, what was that? Monday when Raquel went to go help Roxanne? Like, just, things like that. Man, dang, I might have to double back. I think I'm gonna go Raquel. Yeah, I'm going Raquel. Thinking about it now, yeah, I'm going Raquel. I think she's gonna end up getting a push. Um, and really maximizing the time with not only Liv being out, but Dom as well. Like she is now, I'm reaching, but like in this moment, she will be the temporary face of Judgment Day. And it's so funny. I wonder if this would make sense to you. What I'm looking at, how I'm looking at Raquel Rodriguez right now is how I looked at Mikal Bridges when he got traded to the Nets. And he was just going crazy that the back end of that season. That's just kind of what it feels like in this upcoming, I don't know, maybe all the way up till SummerSlam. But yeah, I think I got Raquel. Yeah, I'm doubling back. I got Raquel.
Yeah, because what does Rhea really lose though? She's still most popular,
Yeah,
not just on Raw, but in the entire WWE. She still has that household name. I mean,
yeah,
and being able to put over, a young superstar like that can, like I said, do wonders for her and her career.
yeah,
Um, and coming across as that dominant figure, especially with the faction of Judgment Day, because kind of like what you're saying, Carlito's gone, Liv's hurt, um, Dom's hurt. You got JD and Finn, but they're not really doing anything like that outside of backstage stuff. Then you add the element of Roxanne. I mean, it has to be Raquel to be, the leader and kind of like the face, the temporary face of Judgment Day. So, yeah, I got Raquel, man. Why not?
yeah,
Why not
absolutely.
give her, like I said, the decisive win over Rhea. So,
Yeah, I can dig it. I can dig it.
oh yeah, man, we're 2-0 together. That's good. Um, let's talk about your wins. Let's talk about Jacob Fatu defending his United States Championship against his former brethren, Solo Sikoa. This whole beef has been beefing for a while now, and now it's exploded, and now it's time for a one-on-one. And so it's the crazy question, but who you have walking out of Saudi as U.S. champion?
Solo, you better get in where you fit in. Nah, I mean, come on, man. You Jacob, man. Jacob all day, man. if Jacob was to lose a solo, it would be because of JC, and that would be crazy. I
Yeah.
don't see it's gonna have to take. I don't see Jacob losing that championship in a one-on-one match at all. Um, man, Jacob is just that guy. Um, he has everything, and is he's damn near unbeatable. And the motion he just got going on right now is hard. And if he was to lose, then I believe obviously he would be going, well, that won't even make sense because he's not touching Cena. Not no. He wouldn't even have a match with Cena. That would be crazy, but no. Um yeah, I don't see how Solo will win this. Unless JC really like interferes, but then I think Big Jim would come out to, offset that. Um Yeah, but yeah, I got Mr. Samoan Werewolf in all of this, man. I don't I actually like Solo just because of his antics and everything. Yeah, yeet, yeah, yeet. Yeah. But yeah, nah, Jacob would run laps around Solo. Now, I will say Solo is no scrub. Solo is no slouch. But how they have Solo going on right now is I can't see Solo winning this match. Not by himself, not clean.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely agree with you there, man. I have Jacob winning as well. Kind of like what you're saying. I don't see him losing anytime soon and just being that dominant US champion that we haven't had in a while. And not run the entire roster and just have everybody be fed to him, but at the same time, just being that dominant champion that we know that he can be. Um, Maybe like a triple threat, fatal four way, ladder match, something like that. That's the only way I see him losing, unless it is a one on one. Somebody cheats on behalf of his opponent. That's the only way
Yeah,
to protect him and his character. Um, I've been enjoying Solo since um after WrestleMania 40 and having that whole um introduction of the Bloodline 2.0 with him and Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, the whole Paul Heyman stuff, and then them getting rid of him, and that was like for me, like I said before, like peak Solo for me.
yeah,
And I feel like that fire has went out whenever that whole situation with Roman happened, and he lost every single time.
yeah,
It was in the War Games, the tag team match at Bad Blood, and then of course the first Raw on Netflix losing to Ulafala, and all that steam just went away from me. And for a while, I just didn't really. When I saw Solo, it was just like that excitement didn't even come about anymore. But like now, him being more comedic has kind of like lightened up a little bit.
yeah,
Of course, I don't have him winning here, but at the same time, having a good showing against Jacob, I definitely could possibly see him um, having a title later.
yeah,
Kind of like we were saying, JC interfering.
yeah.
Continue the storyline, but right here at this moment, I have Jacob walking out, still US champ. But I think it was gonna be a good match, though.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I do think it will be better than advertised and what we may be expecting as well.
Absolutely, man. Next up, man. Kind of like what you were referring to earlier. Seeing Karrion Cross on the PLE. Could definitely do wonders for him. And going up against Sami Zayn, one of the best workers in the company. But it has to be a winner. Someone has to win. Who you have walking out as
I have to go carrying only for the simple fact. Listen, for the simple fact that if Carrion loses, is that it? It took this long for him to get a match. And once again, even when we were talking, I was going back and forth on who should win this match. Who should win is Sami Zayn. But I just don't think that's because even if Sammy was to lose this match, to your point, what you said earlier, what is he going to lose from this? And then just the way, Karrion cuts his promos and the way him and Sammy connect, right? He's going to add fuel to that fire. Now, if they were to fight again, I think Sammy win that one, but I think right here, this is a big moment for Karrion and in his wrestling career in the WWE. Like I said, I think if he loses, it's not necessarily bye-bye, but hey, we're putting you back on a bench.
Mhm.
Um, and then also, I think his contract is coming up soon, so I think this is like the make it break it for him. So yeah, I have Karrion Cross just for the simple fact of having a push, but Sammy, like I said, Sammy should win, but I think Karrion will.
Yeah, just based off of the story that they're telling, you got Sami Zayn trying to will his way to, stardom as far as like being the world champion that they've been alluding to for a while now. And kind of like questioning him, like, is he even good enough? And then you have this
Mhm.
guy constantly backstage saying that he's not. Like, you will never be world champion. I told you you're going to lose to Randy Orton, so on, so on. You will want, that big star, that big babyface to push off this, I guess, bully in a sense.
Yeah.
Um, but however, with Karen Cross being as popular as he is and getting that internet, um, I guess push in a way,
Hmm.
you will want Karen Cross to finally win on a PLE. Um, although he was on the biggest stage in professional wrestling, WrestleMania, in Philly, I mean, he lost the match though.
Yeah.
Um, so I get why people would say Karen Cross, but I still got Sami Zayn. Like
Mhm.
he's one of the biggest workhorses in the company, and I'm all for this kind of like Daniel Bryan-esque story with him and being that ultimate underdog and finally slaying the big dog and getting that moment.
Yeah.
Is that a SummerSlam or WrestleMania? I definitely see it happening for him.
Yeah.
Um, definitely not this year, maybe 2026 if he wins the
Hmm.
Rumble. Um, but I feel like kind of like what you were saying as far as the Ripley, Raquel, or the Oscar and Jay. Like this match for me was kind of tough to call
Yeah.
and predict because like I get both sides.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards Sammy right now. Leaning towards Sammy, but I wouldn't be like upset if Karrion.
Karrion wants to win. Yeah.
Um, but I think it would be for me anyway. I think it would be up there as far as best match of the night.
Yeah. It's funny because if Karrion wins, I will probably be a lot more shocked than yeah, I don't know. Because it's like, yeah, I know I said Carrion would win, but like him actually getting a 1, 2, 3, whoa, you buddy, you actually won.
Yeah,
What in the world? So yeah.
yeah, absolutely, man. Next up, man, we got King of the Ring finals. Man, the whole world been waiting on this ever since Cody Rhodes returned 3 years ago. A match that we've all just dreamed of, no pun intended. Um, Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes going one on one with the Apex Predator Viper, the is it 14 or 15 time? 14 time world champion,
Yeah,
Randy Orton, kind of like teacher versus student. Uh,
yeah,
I saw this meme the other day. Once it got finalized, that it was going to be them two. Um, man, the streets been waiting on this.
yeah.
Yeah. Just based off of just story, I definitely have Cody winning and being crowned king. Me personally, man. So that way that that would be his way back to John Cena, and facing him at SummerSlam and getting that get back. Do I see him beating John Cena? I don't know, but I definitely see Cody winning here, man. And I think this would be the catalyst of the heel turn or possible heel turn that we've all been yearning for out of Randy. Because I mean, it's good to see Randy as a good guy.
Hmm.
We all been just waiting patiently for that heel turn. Um, but I think it'll be a great match. Um, Arguably match of the night, in my opinion. But even with that too, like we saw Randy in the finals last year with Gunther. So when him and Sammy fought, like I definitely had Sammy winning. Finally, having that spotlight, being the king of the ring. But having a match with Karrion, that ain't arguing with that.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I think the match would be great. But I got the student in this one, man. I got Cody winning because if Cody loses, I mean, what's there for him to do at SummerSlam? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, and we literally just saw Randy and Cena for the last time ever, so like I don't see them running that back. So yeah, Cody Rhodes, man.
oh man, this was probably the hardest one to because like you said, it starts from legacy, right? They have been involved with each other, wrestling professionally for about 17, 18 years. That's crazy. Um, I think Cody's gonna win. Do I want to see him win? No. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Jay should have won. Jay should have won that match. Jay should have won that match. Monday, Jay should have won. That kick was crazy. Just for the kick alone. But I think Cody's gonna win, of course, to do his another book of stories. Um uh and it's no shade. It's no shade, but um yeah, I mean, I just right now, I guess because I kind of do want Orton to win because of what happened last year. That's the biggest reason why I actually want Randy to win because of what happened last year. He was so close, and I know his what was it? His back was his back messed up again? Or
Yeah.
was yeah. Um, that's the sole reason why I'm going, or I was going for Randy. But yeah, I mean, why not Cody? Why not Cody?
Oh, bro, absolutely. Cody Rhodes, man. I can see why you say that as far as the match on Raw with Jay. It was a banger. It
Hmm.
was a banger match.
Hmm.
But like I said, just by story, I definitely had Cody winning that match, man. I don't know where Jay goes from here.
Hmm.
Um, you know, they spent what almost 2 years building him up.
Man,
He, you know, taken seriously as an individual star, and he gets the championship in only 51 days. Only
yeah,
51 days. And even with that, no true um, rivalry.
yeah,
And they had a little thing with Logan Paul, but that wasn't really
hmm,
like that for real. So like I don't know where they go from here with him. I saw something about just having him and Jimmy back together, but
yeah,
that's a step down. Like they both did their own thing for a while, um, and I was hoping for Jimmy to get his individual
yeah.
title, as U.S. champion or something, man. But
I think he will. I will hope so. Just even a mid card.
yeah,
Who's the IC champ right now? Oh, Dom. Yeah, no, never.
yeah, but yeah, man, I got Cody, bro. Because like, if not Cody, I mean, who can you see facing Cena at SummerSlam?
Now that would it would the only other person I could see him facing is so if Randy Orton was to win, right? And he chose Gunther, which I don't think he would do. Not yet. Or yeah, just not right now in this time frame. But if let's just say if Randy was to win and he went to go face Gunther, Cody is still an option. Um, Seth, even though I know he has this thing with LA Knight, but Seth. Um, Shoot, even Mr. Killings. I'm not saying he will win, but
Yeah,
you know, um, LA Knight, LA Knight. I only say that because they just cut a promo last Friday and it was pretty good. Um, Shoot, even well, if he was to come back, you know what I'm saying? But I think the biggest one is Cody and Seth. I think those are the biggest two.
yeah. Seth always gonna be an option with him being Mr. Money in the Bank.
Mhm.
Um, and in my opinion, I love Seth, man, but I don't. I see another failed cash in.
Mm.
I don't see because look at all the threats that or just beefs that he's already in. You got the LA Knight thing going on. Um, who else? Obviously Cody. Him and Seth. They always
Yeah,
have. There's always gonna be tension there. You know what I'm saying? Then you have the Roman Reigns element. CM Punk. Um, I see Sami Zayn. Like you have so many people. I see as an option to disrupt him becoming champion.
yeah,
In my opinion, I feel like whenever he does, somebody's going to try to intervene and not allow him to be champion. Um, because Roman Reigns coming back and doing that, that's going to be like a huge problem in itself.
yeah.
Um, but we'll see what happens with that. But speaking of, man, the main event, John Cena, the last real champion. Going up against the best in the world, the best in the world, CM Punk. Um, in my opinion, man, I feel like this has the chance of being the best match of Cena's during this tour. Well, since he became champion, and I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. Um, I'm loving the back and forth. And did you catch the Pipe Bomb 2.0?
Hi, Matt Cardona.
Yeah, man, that was epic, man. Um, but I don't see Cena losing until possibly SummerSlam or even maybe after that. But I think it would be a great match. Obviously, Punk isn't 2011 Punk anymore. Um, but for him to have arguably the best match of 2024 with Drew, I feel like there's a lot left still in the tank for him. Going up against Cena, of course. And I think the match is gonna be fire, but definitely Cena's gonna walk out still champion. I just don't know if it's gonna be by pinfall or submission, but Cena definitely walking out still champ.
Hmm. That was interesting that you just said that. Uh, my bad. Yeah, I got Cena winning too. I don't see him, like you said, the earliest I see him losing it is SummerSlam. And that really just depends on who he is facing. Um, I do think this will be, if it's not first, I think it'll probably be the second best match of Night of Champions. The history between the two is amazing. The pipe bomb that Cena did, it's just so funny how all of this is a full circle moment, but it doesn't feel right because CM Punk is on the receiving end of the pipe bomb. So it's a little odd. It's still some getting used to that Cena's a heel. Um, but yeah, in this moment, in this time frame, in this storyline, I don't see the best in the world beating the Never Seen 17 right now. But I do think it'll be a great match. And like you said, like CM Punk this isn't like 2011, hell, 2006. Like, they're both a little, seasoned. So,
A little gassy.
yeah, just a little bit, nothing too crazy. But yeah, I got Cena winning. I'm a look, any match with Cena, I'm still taking him. I don't care what it is. Now, unless Brock Lesnar come back, oh shoot.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I have Cena because of his momentum, of his farewell tour, and where he is in life right now, and pretty much like I'm gonna do everything I can to keep this. I'm gonna do everything I can to ruin wrestling. Just making sure he is doing his best to um do the things that he said he was going to do. So yeah, I have Cena.
Yeah, man. John Cena, man. One of the second greatest of all time, in my opinion. Um,
Yeah, I seen that video. I don't know. I was like, man, that's a little questionable for me. I would
what part?
say I would it would be tied more so for me. I know you can't tie him, but I would tie that.
Which part?
Undertaker.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, the under I was like, and it's really well, never mind. That's for another day. But you know what? It's your list. I can't tell you what's right or wrong because it's your list.
Yeah, and then I got so much clapback having Stone Cold at five.
It's not bad.
Like, it's my list, bro.
It's not
Plus,
bad.
with stuff like that, I don't know who's next, so like I have to do safe picks.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. But my last question, man, before we get out of here is how are you enjoying Cena's farewell tour, man? We're halfway through it from January to where we are now, man. Um, it still doesn't feel real to me that he's about to be done literally in 6 months. But how you feel about it? How you enjoying it? And if you had to give it a grade so far, what would you put it as?
I would give it a solid like 8.8. I think it's actually pretty good because of the matches and just even, well, you know what? Nah, I'm going 9. I'm sorry. I had that pipe bomb was crazy. But man, like his promos, it just reminds me of like not necessarily I forgot how good he was on the mic, but it's like, ooh, he still got it. And ooh, like the way he cuts his promos, it's like, God, dog, like you can't match that. It's hard. Um, the matches he's been in has been pretty good, even though, he's been hitting people with belts and stuff. But, of course, the build up to everything, is what always makes it good. And then, even him and Ron Killings, right? Like, because of what happened and his contract was up, it allowed our truth around Killings to come back. Um, just the timing of everything, I thought that was nice. But I really do love this reign, and I could be loving it because I know like this is it,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm rating it so high. But even outside of that, like I said, like just everything, especially in the timeline, I think it's been almost like seamless. Like nothing doesn't feel forced or anything. Everything has been natural. Um, yeah, I can't believe we're halfway done. That feels weird. Like this big part of me wants him to turn back to babyface. Because if he just leave like that, then I'm gonna be really upset. But yeah, I yeah,
Yeah, but I have enjoyed it as well. I just remember in the early going, people were complaining that he's not, regular on TV, going through the build to the Rumble, the build to the Chamber, then of course the turn at the Chamber with him and Rock. Um, and ever since then, man, like even with those two PLEs, he's never missed a PLE this year.
yeah,
Um, obviously the match against Cody at Mania, Backlash with Randy, um, even Saturday night's main event with
yeah.
Triple H, yeah.
The tag team,
The tag team match with him, Logan, Cody, and Jay. You know what I'm saying? I've enjoyed it all. You know, the match qualities, the promos, the whole nine yards. Just the I always knew Cena got aura. Like obviously it's John Cena, man, but just his interest is now, just having the black and just having that, like I don't have to do anything and people are going to, give me that praise.
Hmm.
That just sells it all together. Like this man, like he's our childhood. He's that guy. You know what I'm saying? Giving him that recognition that he always deserved. You know what I'm saying? Um, the only thing that not trying to be negative, but like the only thing that kind of bothers me in a sense is just the one-offs. You know what I mean? Like with the Randy stuff, um, uh, 9 times out of 10 with now with the Punk stuff. I'm glad
That's
that.
why. So that's why I kind of wanted to go Randy,
Mhm.
so they could spin that block again. That's why a big part of me wanted Randy to win, but I didn't mean to cut you off. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm glad they kind of continue with the Ron Killing stuff. Um, but yeah, man, that's the only thing I don't really care for, the one-offs, man. But outside of that, I've thoroughly enjoyed, this babyface turn heel run for Cena, and it makes you think like when are they going to turn him? Because he can't, like you said, like he can't, retire as a heel. Like he has to be a babyface and have that like grand finale as a babyface, as he walks away from us forever. In ring wise, you know what I'm saying? But um yeah, it's still surreal for me. I still can't really wrap my head around the fact that like, he's really gonna be done at the end of this year. But um like I always say, man, just gotta, stay in the moment with him and just appreciate the promos, appreciate the matches, and just his work ethic, you know what I'm saying? And his promising with the dates. You know what I'm saying? This is a Hollywood star. You know what I mean? Like he don't have to do this at all. You know what I mean? And just his dedication and will to deliver for the fans. Whether it's, signings and appearances that he's doing and literally stopping what he's doing to be able to sign autographs and take pictures with people where they're at these places or even out in public. You know what I mean? This is dedication to the craft has always been one of my favorite things about him.
yeah,
So, you know, I'm excited, man, but at the same time, I'm not.
yeah, it's just it's bittersweet, man. It's bitter. It's like, oh my gosh, like you trying to, soak everything in. It's like, oh, but then you also know, like, come December, it's like, oh shoot, dang, that was it. Or like this is it. Like that's what's hard. That's what's hard.
Very, man. But this was a Night of Champions preview predictions from yours truly and Lonnie, the man himself. Any final words before we send off?
Hey man, wise words from Jacob Fatu. You better get in where you fit in. You better lay down or we beat your ass down. Know what I mean? That's all. I've been on TikTok watching so many Jacob Fatu promos, bro. They're good. So sorry.
No, you're good, man. Dang. So I know it starts at 1, right?
Yeah.
Our time. So when do y'all want to do the review?
It could be that night if that works for you, or it could be Sunday. It could be Monday. I mean, now it's really up to you guys.
Yeah, I'll definitely let y'all know for sure within the coming days. Um, but yeah, man. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content. Until our review video. Yes, sir.